have here?
The Dragon Quest franchise, for as intense and emotional as some of its outings can become, is usually reliable comfort food. You tend to have a general idea of what you're getting into, whether you're playing a mainline entry or a spinoff. However, a series I never invested myself in was Dragon Quest Monsters, where players capture and grow monsters for battle. With the announcement of Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince, and further details pointing to a connection with Dragon Quest IV, I was eager to learn if it was the series for me, and I feel like Square Enix understood the assignment as they released a demo so I can experience this series' charm. Before we get into the preview, we'd like to thank our Patreon supporters for making this possible. Please take a second and check out patreon.com/noisypixel to support independent game journalism. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince follows the demi-human protagonist Sorrow, who has been cursed by his father, the ruler of the monster realm. This makes him unable to harm any being with monster blood coursing through their veins. In the beginning moments of the demo, the village Sorrow resides in is attacked, eventually resulting to him becoming a monster wrangler. He intends to utilize his ability to enact vengeance against his father, so we can likely expect a darker tale this time around. The demo wastes no time introducing the cast and gameplay mechanics, which take center stage. What became immediately evident when learning the ins and outs of monster wrangling is how lenient the process is. In battle, monsters can join your party if you successfully scout them, or by chance if you defeat them. Scouting was typically successful with little effort, which leaves me somewhat concerned about its ease in the final game. Of course, this demo comprises the early hours, so it could not be representative of the late game. It's really just luck when it comes down to it, but this is just food for thought. At the very least, the ease of monster acquisition makes progression less of a time sink, especially for completionists. I was delighted to see a speed-up option for battle and the zoom spell, which enables highly convenient fast travel to previously visited locations. The most evident point I came to while playing was how approachable the whole experience felt. So even if you're intimidated by the idea of recruiting tons of monsters, you really don't have anything to worry about. Plus, you can have up to 8 monsters in your party at any given time, with them divided into the front and back rows. Everyone here gains experience after a fight concludes, so you can level up your party and allies in little time. I was also impressed by the sheer number of monsters you can recruit in these opening moments, especially when diving into each of their individual diverse skill trees, which will likely make everyone's playthrough unique. Variety is the name of the game here, and Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince is not afraid to give you a bunch of elements to experiment with right out of the box. However, I must emphasize one major flaw that I had with this demo: the frame rate. The fields you explore are noticeably full of frame drops, which felt more evident when playing the Switch docked. I sincerely hope that this performance ability is polished before release, because exploration feels significantly hampered as it is right now. There are some compelling ideas here, like the swapping of seasons opening up new pathways and giving access to new types of monsters, but the way those facets are presented needs to be smoother to be more effective. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince is proving to be a competent turn-based adventure that's approachable to players of all skill level. With a more grim motivation and context, this could be a standout release that puts the Monster series on more gamers' radar. Still, the frame rate definitely needs to be ironed out for stability's sake, and the challenge level needs to grow for the experience as a whole to leave a more lasting impression. Here's hoping the full release in a few months can remedy these faults. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince is coming to Nintendo Switch on December 1st, 2023. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.